Good afternoon. Welcome to my first fishing video. I'm at a local pond here. You really can't see because of construction, but it's right behind here. We'll walk over there in a minute. But I want to switch up some of my baits here. So this, like I said, it's a local pond I come to. It's like right down the road from my house. I come here because it's a little, there's nothing but small fish, honestly. I think the biggest fish I caught out here was probably like a 2-pounder. But you're always guaranteed to catch a bunch of fish here. So it's, it's still kind of fun regardless of the size of the fish. But normally the only thing that works here is a weightless Senko. But I was really in the mood to try something new today. So I went out and bought some 10-inch worms, finesse worms, or trick worms. They're honestly probably way too big for this pond, but we're going to try it anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that on my bait caster. I'm probably going to put it on one of my weighted worm hooks. So I'm going to get that rigged up, and then we'll head out to the pond. Alright, so there we go. Got my weighted 10-inch worm. It's kind of a waste having a worm tied up on both rods, but like I said before, worms are the only thing that really works in this pond anyways, so it's whatever. Alright, so let me pack up my gear, grab my camera, grab my tackle backpack, and we'll be on our way to the pond. So before they started building here, this used to just be a big open lot, and it was nice because when I first started coming here, I used to just be able to back my truck up and have the family sit and kind of have a little picnic in the trunk, and we could all hang out while I fished. But they're building 1, 2, 3, 4 houses here, so that's kind of out the window now. So alright, so this is normally where I start off. Sorry, this is where I normally start off at. So I'm gonna try this 10-inch worm, see how it goes. I don't know. I honestly don't think it's gonna work, but I kind of want to use something different today. So like I said, it's normally good right here because there's a big, actually there's a little bait fish right there, so that's a good sign. But this, like right off the bank here, I'm not sure if you guys can see with the camera, it's nothing but like grass. So they like to hide in there. So you just cast past it, kind of reel in slow, pop the worm off the bottom, and normally they come out from the grass and strike it. So let's try to do that. I also normally never use weighted in here, so let's see how it is with the grass. More stuff on the hook for the grass to get tangled on. It could be the color too. I bought this in a color I never really use in here, June bug. Fish! Oh! Oh, look at that! Are you kidding me? That must have been a big fucking fish. There's no way one of those babies ripped that off. Alright. I've also never used Zoom. I'm more of a Yum guy. All the plastics I use are Yum baits. So I'm not too familiar with how durable these things are. But just throw another one on and get back out there. Try to catch that damn fish. Huh, I really can't believe that. Actually, I'm just gonna leave my backpack off. Yep, alright. Alright, we're getting somewhere. I haven't been smoked like that in a while in here. Like I said, I've never used these 10-inch worms before. And I've actually never threw weighted plastic in here either, so I guess those are 2 good signs. I'm really curious on the size of that, excuse me, on the size of that fish though. That kind of took me by surprise, and then for the bait to be totally gone like that. Fish. Alright. Oh, alright, alright, alright. Alright. That's actually not a bad size for inside here. Okay. Alright, buddy. Alright, relax. Okay. Give me my pole. Thank you. Huh. Huh. Alright. Not a bound. A little 1-pounder probably. I'll take it. Alright. Go back home, little buddy. I think you got you guys wet. Alright. So there we go. I guess I was right. I'm almost positive that was the fish that took my first one. And in the grand scheme of things, he was not a big bass, but for in here, it's probably the 2nd biggest bass I caught. So I knew it definitely wasn't one of those babies that took my bait. All right, let's keep it going. It's kind of hard to tell with this weight too. Definitely not used to fishing with a weighted Texas rig. Like when I just caught that fish before, I definitely, you definitely don't feel it as much as you do with a weightless Senko, which I normally throw in here. So it almost felt like I was snagged on like a weed or something. But oh, another fish. There it is. All right. Yep. See, that's more the size that we catch in here. Oh, you swallowed that thing too, buddy. Give me my hook. Another little fish. Not nearly as big as that last one, but all right. Not doing too bad on this new worm. It's also a new color I might need to try, the June bug. It's like a purple almost. So I kind of want to take a second out of this video, since we caught 2 fish already before I move spots here, to kind of talk about something that probably does not belong anywhere in a fishing video, but it's pretty important to me, so I'm going to put it on film. So it was actually yesterday. It was the 13th anniversary of Halo 2. Why is that important? Why is that important? So Halo 2 was like a humongous part of my life, as corny as that sounds, because it's a video game, but I'm sure some people understand where I'm coming from. For many reasons for me. So for one, it came out November 9th, 2014, or I'm sorry, way off, 2004, which was also my freshman year of high school. So in general, freshman year is always a big change for anyone, but put on top of it, the Halo 2 thing, which will make more sense later why I say it was, just as big part of my life as being a freshman in high school is. So I guess let me start from the beginning.
So I was playing freshman football. Started in like August, I think. Freshman football started. Um, played like 2 or 3 months. I was always a pretty avid Halo 1 player. And then Halo 2 came out. Along with that, it was like the third game to ever be on Xbox Live, which now is a given. Every game was on Xbox Live, but back then not every game was. And it was the first like first-person shooter on Xbox to be on Xbox Live, if I remember correctly. I believe the only other games was like Megasalt and Crimson Sky, and I believe Halo 2 was the third game, but it was the first FPS to be on Xbox Live. It was also big because back then, early 2000s, everyone still had like AOL dial-up internet. But in order to play on Xbox Live, you had to have this new thing called high-speed internet, which no one really knew what it was. And if I remember correctly, I remember like begging my dad like a week before Halo 2 came out to get this high-speed internet, to kind of get prepared for the release of Halo 2. So the day I got it, I could go play online, just because it was so new back then. I mean, PC gamers kind of always played online, but as far as console, it was just something new. And I was still like a young teenager, so I relied on my my mom and dad to buy me everything. It's not like I could go get it myself. I was like 14 at the time. So I remember we went to what was the store called? The store is actually it's out of business now. Circuit City. So we went to Circuit City. Or it might have even been the Wiz. It was one of those two stores in my hometown, in the mall in my hometown, that we went and we picked up this thing called a modem. I brought it home, I hooked it up, and like I think back then you didn't even have to have like Comcast come out and hook it up for you. You just kind of went and bought it at the store. It was like $200 for this modem, and you hooked it up, and then I think that was it. If I forget, I mean it's 13 years ago. But however it got done. It got done, and I had it. And I remember playing Halo 2 for the first week it came out. I remember we went to the midnight release. I woke up early. I want to say it was like a Tuesday or Thursday that it came out. And I woke up early the next morning because as soon as I got home from the midnight release, my dad made me go to bed. I couldn't even play it. So I woke up like super early before school, which I never did. I got like a few games. I remember, I'll never forget, my first game was Big Team Battle on Headlong. And I started to dual wield SMGs, which was like a new thing also. In Halo 1 you couldn't dual wield weapons. And I'll never forget that. That was my first game ever on that game. So it goes like a week or two. I'm just so like in depth in this game. I just like immerse myself in it. And I actually ended up quitting freshman football because I found out this thing called MLG, Major League Gaming, which was just in like infant stages at that time. And I just immersed myself in the world of esports, which was so weird and unusual to do back then. It's not what it is today, not even close. And that's what I did. I quit freshman football, and I just immersed myself into esports, and kind of the rest was history. But the game Halo 2 was just all through high school. That's what it was. Because I think Halo 3 came out when I was like a senior, so that's every weekend, every summer. Like me and my friends, we would just throw LAN parties. We would stay up to like 6 o'clock in the morning, sleep all day, and then like wake up at 6 o'clock at night and just play game all day. We would like leave. The only time we'd leave the house is if we'd walk down the road and go to like 7-Eleven to get like energy drinks and candy and just come back and game. But it was a good time in my life. Met a lot of friends. Made the friends I had at the time made us even closer. I met countless friends online. A lot of them who I'm still good friends with to this day. Flying to different states for tournaments and meeting these people in person for the first time. You talk to them for a year online and then just finally being able to meet them in person. Like I said, that's all like normal stuff nowadays. But back then it was all so new, and Halo 2 was definitely what broke the ice for that kind of stuff. As far as console gaming goes, like I said, PC gaming is a whole different animal. But yeah, so that was my nerd rant. Most of you probably skipped through this part, but I'm gonna head back to a different spot in this pond that I actually haven't fished in a while.
Alright, now that story time's over, we can get back to our regularly scheduled program. I think I'm going to keep throwing this 10-inch worm here. I'm pretty satisfied with my results so far, so if I don't catch anything else, I won't be that mad. But probably got like another 20 minutes until the bugs just start getting too bad, and I'm gonna just leave. And the signs around this lake saying private lake only for residents. Oh, yep, there you go. Casted right into a freaking tree. Yep, I'm going pro. 2020. Alright, let's try that again. Yep, alright. Get this tree off my lure. Yeah, it's honestly the first time I've ever fished one of these things, so I'm enjoying it. Alright, now I got my rod all tangled. Alright, there we go. I feel like my hand is in front of this camera the whole time. Oh! Oh yeah, look at that monster. Woo! Oh yeah, that's at least a 30-pounder. Yeah, so like I said, this is more what we catch in here. These little flare fish, but still fun to catch. Yeah. Freaking thumb hit the release on the reel on that one. That was good. The past 10 minutes has been professional fishing for me. Let me tell you. I caught like 2 trees, hit the release on my reel when I caught a fish. I'm doing good. At least there's a little bit of entertainment in this video. Alright, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. This will be a first of many. I thought I was going to be way more nervous fishing and like with the GoPro and the camera and holding it and kind of talking to it, but it's not as bad. I mean, all I do all day is watch YouTubers, so this is all they do. So if they can do it, I can do it. Another main reason I kind of want to start doing videos, I would eventually like to get to daily videos, but I mean, that's kind of hard with my schedule, but I'm going to be leaving my family here for a while, so I kind of want to do, that's going to be in like 2 months, 3 months, where I'm going to actually leave them. At that point, I want to be a lot more comfortable and maybe be able to do daily videos, just so it's something that my kids can watch every day while I'm not home. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. We caught some decent amount of fish. That first one was probably the biggest. Like I said, he was probably like a pound and a half maybe. And then we caught those 2 other small fishes. But it's still a fun pond because we were here for about an hour and we caught 3 fish, so it's not too bad. And thank you also for listening to my my Halo 2 rant. So like I said before, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. There'll be way more videos coming soon. Thank you. Have a good weekend. Happy Veterans Day. Peace.